So randomly, this dude right here named Elijah Schaffer, he decided that he wanted to go ahead and talk trash about Halle Bailey. He says, when exactly did Hollywood become flooded with ugly people? He posts this picture as well, saying the new Little Mermaid actress. Now, people started to go in on dude, and DDG caught wind of this situation. And DDG was like, oh, so you want to talk about a woman that I love? Well, let me go ahead and return that favor for you, my brother. And DDG decided to go ahead and talk about his dead mother. So he says, I'm smoking on your dead ass mama. That dumb bitch should've got a better doctor. Laughing my funkin' ass off. Elijah Schaffer, dude's mother that passed away, and DDG coming with that smoke. So he says, somebody photoshopped this dude Elijah Schaffer mama on my blunt. And that's the mother photoshopped on the blunt. He said, not gonna lie, this shit gas. So he continues to roast dude, saying this dude weak, don't get no you're a widow and a grapish-ish crazy. So DDG posts this right here saying, Glenn Beck fired star podcaster Elijah Schaffer after SA accusation. So Schaffer's firing came after a weeks-long investigation into an allegation he had groped a colleague's breast without her consent, a source with knowledge told the Daily Beast. Then DDG posts dude's YouTube stats and says, give up, bro. It's over. Nigga making pennies on YouTube. Poor ass nigga. So then he asked this, alright, last question. 3 billion, who funkin'? Be honest. And he posts a picture of the dude mama one more time. But he wasn't done there. He said this was Elijah Schaffer's mama doctor. No bitch tried to go the cheap route. Damn. And he says, alright, I'm done. Screenshot because I'm finna delete him before I funk up my money. But then he continues saying, man, tell that hoe to write me a hit, then I'm overdue. And what he's referring to is this caption right here with Elijah saying, my mom wrote the best songs growing up. Probably the toughest holiday season of my life. The pain sinks deep. What would I do to give her just one more hug? So dude responds saying, what this person says, look like your mother with the tan. She is really ugly, bro. That's his mom. So he responds saying, my mother was permanently disfigured from a rare form of cancer. She had 60% of her soft tissue removed and huge portions of her jaw carved out in 3 life-saving surgeries. You're making fun of a dead mother of 4 who had life-saving facial reconstruction. Hope you feel cool. This lady says, me liking this tweet, then instantly unliking it once I see why him and his mother getting flamed. So this dude said this is what a lot of you cowards do. Disrespect women, then play victim when your women get disrespected back. Stop it with the white fragility. Nobody knew your mom passed. I hope she wasn't alive when you caught that SA charge. So he says, making an untrue and defamatory legal statement online about me will be met with legal action. I have reported you to X because your accusation is illegal, and if they don't take action, you will be served. I found your residence easily and already submitted it to my legal team. But then I believe he was hit with a community note saying Elijah Schaffer has been accused of SA before. Contrary to the claim made in the tweet, it is not illegal to believe these accusations. Okay, interesting right there. This person responds to his earlier tweet saying, what is white math? And this is quoted with someone saying, if I'm the aggressor in a situation and I'm met with a response I am unprepared for, I am now the victim. Case in point. So they saying this white math, what buddy doing right here. And this lady says, like you thought you did something by talking about Halle looks. And again, she looks better than everyone you have ever been connected to. And yeah, she looks beautiful in this picture right there. But yeah, dog, I've been seeing this Elijah Schaffer dude pop up on the timeline. He says a lot of very, very racially motivated things against black folks all the time, anytime he get a chance to. And now he's getting flamed back and he wants some sensitivity for his mother. Nah, my boy, you gonna get that same treatment that you say that we give to each other. Next story though.
I just wanted to come on here and remind y'all that when you become a parent, there's going to be times in your life where a child is going to absolutely embarrass you and make people question your parenthood. I am a Christian woman. I'm an educator. I teach social studies, history. So naturally, when my son told me in the car yesterday that he had a presentation they had to do, a Black History presentation, he had to pick somebody, I got excited. Because I'm like, all of the visionaries, all of the memorable, people, inspirational people to choose from. I'm excited. Now, whole time, I'm thinking he's telling me about the project because he needs to start the project. He tells me the project was due yesterday, that it was due today. So I'm like, okay, well, send it to me. So he sends it to me, and I don't get a chance to look at it until I get to work this morning. So he goes to the elementary school. I work at the middle school. So when I get in first period and I get my kids settled and I'm able to check my email, I look at my email and I see the presentation. I'm thinking I'm gonna get a little bit of, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr. even. Why did my child do his presentation over Nardo Wick? And I was shocked when I looked at it. I exited out of it to make sure this was my son's email address, and it was. And I went back to it and I was like, "There's no way." And I'm sitting here worried, like, Lord Jesus, the child said the project is due today, and this is what he came up with. So I'm looking through the presentation. Of course, it's the biography of the young man. He says what he does. Nardo Wick, famous rapper. He's famous for rapping. He's made $1 million, $2 million. But what really got me was the inspirational quote part of the slideshow. The inspirational quote that my 10-year-old son picked to put on there from the man was a lyric from his song that said, "I'm the stepper that's gonna stomp when it comes time to be a stomper." I lost it. I lost it. And I immediately stepped outside of my classroom and I called his teacher. Didn't care if she was in class. Didn't care that I was in class. "Ma'am, can we get an extension? Can we get a late submission? Like, cause he's gonna need some time to work on this." She laughs. She's laughing. She's like bursting into laughter. Full blown, just hilarious. And I'm sitting seriously on the other line like, what's funny? So anyway, she ends up saying, I was really perplexed anyway when he, did the slideshow on him, when I've been, seeing them working on it, because I had the kids tell me and write down who they were doing the presentation on. He originally picked Martin Luther King Jr. So in my mind, I'm like, the pipeline from Martin Luther King Jr. to Nardo Wick is crazy. Because how do we get from Martin to this guy? The options are limitless. My son, I guess he said, been there, done that. Let's do something else. I don't know what his mindset was. And so then she also goes on to say that she told him, "I know your mama don't know you doing this." I'm like, "You doggone Skippy." I'm like, what? He definitely didn't tell me nothing about that. So then she says, "Well, it's not actually due until Friday." Perfect. As soon as his toe stepped foot into my school this afternoon when the bus dropped him off, I said, "Get a computer. We're working on the presentation. You're going to do slides on Martin Luther King Jr. You're not going to get that phone. I don't want to hear about your day. I don't want to hear anything but your fingers clacking on that computer when you're doing this presentation. Because don't play with me." Why would? And he looks so hurt. Like, he looks so hurt. So on a serious note, I did have to explain to him why it was important for him to pick someone that was actually inspirational and groundbreaking for Black history, because for you and the youth, this music you listen to, the stuff you see on TV, you think he's inspirational because he's rich. That doesn't make people, like, he's not an inspirational and motivational person that you should have chosen to do your project on just because he's a Black figure. He's a rapper. Society already thinks that that's who Black boys should look up to anyway, are athletes and rappers. You can be so much more than that. And there's nothing against the athletes and rappers. I think they're phenomenal. I love listening to the music. I love seeing them throw the balls and all of that stuff. But our little Black boys are susceptible and they're capable of being so much more than that. And they have to know where they came from to know where they're going. So if you chose Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., that's who you need to do your project on. And that was just that. So once I explained it to him, the importance of him choosing someone that, had some type of effect on Black history, then he understood. Because his feelings was hurt at first. Like, "Oh, you don't like our project." It's not that I don't like it. I think he did a great job on the graphics was crazy. The graphics, great. Like, he did a fantastic job on it. It was just the fact that, why would you choose this man? He even put on the presentation, this is the rapper whose famous song was "Who Won't Smoke." Why does your English teacher need to know that? Let's be for real.
I've been saying it for a while that if young Black men see different examples of different professions and lifestyles being afforded by things that are not rap, entertainment, sports, then I think these young men would want to do these jobs. But it's very few things that parents get excited for when it comes to pushing our kids to doing. I think we gotta try some reverse psychology when it comes to praising our kids for certain things. We need to get just as excited for going to the honor roll assemblies as we get when we go to these trophy banquets for these Optimus Pee Wee teams and Pop Warner teams. We need to get just as excited to go into the math competitions as we get to go into the playoffs. We need to be just as excited to sending them to coding boot camps as we get to sending them to 7-on-7 camps. Most of the time, my kids just want to please us, man. We are teaching them the world. We got to take on that responsibility. But next story though. So yeah, man. Remember on my main channel, I've been telling y'all about these skits, but people are peeping the game, and this skit right here is running this course. So this person says, I dislike Miss like this so much. She frankly told you what she wanted and was into, and you are wasting her time and talking nonsense, shaking my head. This lady quotes this with saying, somebody somewhere is currently filming an unrealistic skit that will divide the black community for 5 days. So what I'm bringing this up to y'all, we back on script. So why I'm bringing this up to y'all is because I want y'all to see how gullible and how thirsty people are for controversy that they don't even care to call out fake shit. Like, this is obviously fake. Let's watch it together. We hanging out, we vibing. Maybe you watching this, you got some time to burn. But this is such an obvious skit, man. Let's peep.
Hey, how you doing?
Hold up. That was a clip from my Go to Series Black Twitter. Watch the entire episode by either clicking the card above or the links in either the description or the pinned comment, and be sure to subscribe to the Black Twitter channel.